I'm Eric Manuel Pareja. I'm from the University of the Philippines, Manila National Telehealth Center, and I'm the AHIN resident expert on openIMIS. This evening, we will go through a simulated session of um, how we can use openIMIS to do various functions as an enrollment officer, a claims administrator, and a medical officer. And hopefully, this evening we'll be able to do all the steps because we were able to find some how to solve some of the problems we encountered the last time. And in our demonstration, we'll be uh, doing the tasks of an enrollment officer, which includes creating a family, adding a family member, and transferring a family member from one family to another. Then we'll look at how to perform the following tasks as a claims administrator. The first task is to create a claim, add medical services and items rendered to an insured patient, delete medical services items rendered to an insured patient, and finally, submitting a claim. Then, as a medical officer or reviewer during claims management, we're going to perform the following tasks: review claims, counter check health service utilization, and third, do batch processing of claims.
Sorry, Sir Eric. I would like to confirm if you're sharing your slides.
No, there are no slides right now.
All
I'm just
right, sir. Thank
dictating.
you.
We'll be sharing the slides after we've revised them. But for now, um, I will share the draft of the current manual. Okay, so for our workshop, we will be using the website demo.openimis.org. That's demo, demo dot openimis, OPENIMIS dot org, ORG. So this is the website that is the demonstration website for openIMIS. This is always updated to the current development version of openIMIS. When we access this website, this shows us the login screen of openIMIS. As you all know, openIMIS is a web-based application, and this demo website um, is made available by the developers of the software so that we can test the system before deploying it in our countries. Notice that the openIMIS demo server database is restored every weekend to its initial state. So if you're going to make any changes in the database or enter any data, next week it will be gone. It will be restored to the original state. For more information about openIMIS, you can also go to the openIMIS website at openimis.org, and you can find out more information about the application from this website. You can also um, take a look at the Get Started training materials webpage to view more information about openIMIS in video format as well as in their wiki. Let's go back to the demo website. So in the demo website, for this demonstration, we'll use the username admin with a capital ADMIN, and the default password is admin123. If you will be teaching a class on openIMIS, you can create users for your students using the administration tab and add users in the users pull down. For our workshop today, I'd like you to create your own admin account by adding using the add button at the lower left corner of the screen. We are now in the user creation screen. We will select a language. For this demonstration, we'll use English. In other countries, if you have localized openIMIS, you can select your local language here. We'll fill out the fields. I'll create a new user with AHIN administrator 2. And my password will be AHIN123. Since we're creating an admin account, we'll check all for the roles, check all for the regions, and this will check all for the districts as well. Now, if my password is acceptable, it will add my new account as AHIN2. You'll see that my account has been created. If I want to edit any specific account, for example, I want to edit the AHIN account, I can select it using left click on the highlighted account line. I can click on edit, and this will bring up the account screen for that particular account. Now Now that I've created my own administrator account, I'm going to log out. And the log out button is located on the upper right corner of your browser. So this is the icon for log out. I'll log out of the admin account and I'll try to log in as the AHIN account now. Please do that with your own account now. On logging in, we're presented with the first screen that shows us what roles we have, what regions we have access to, and what districts we have access to. If at any time we want to change our password, we can click on the profile drop down and click on change password. This will bring us up to the change password screen. It will ask for your current password and then your new password, and a third time for a confirmation of your new password. I'm going to click on cancel on the lower right corner because I don't want to change my password. When you are setting up accounts for your students, you will want to create accounts for the different roles of enrollment officer, medical officer, and claim administrator. How do we do this? We click on the administration drop down, and for enrollment officer, we simply click on enrollment officers. This will bring up a list of current enrollment officers found in the system. From this screen, we can take a look at the different enrollment officers. And for example, we want to change the record for enrollment officer Romby Zombie. We simply select the enrollment officer we want to, to manipulate, and we can select either edit or delete that record of the enrollment officer. Let's try using the edit button. This will bring up the account information for the enrollment officer. I'll click on cancel because I don't want to change any information there. However, if I want to create a new enrollment officer, we can use the add button on the lower left corner of the screen. So we fill out this form to create a new enrollment officer. For this demonstration, I will create a new enrollment officer with enrollment officer 0001. So we're creating an enrollment officer. Then it will ask for a region and a district. In our demonstration, we're not going to create any regions and districts ourselves. We'll use the existing regions and districts to simplify our demonstration. Now I'll add an include login. This means that the enrollment officer can actually log in into the web interface as well. We can provide a password, and I'm going to save the account information. So you will want to do this for enrollment officer as well as for your claims administrators. The process is similar. We simply go to the claims administrator pull down, and then we can add a new claims administrator here. So it's similar. If you want the claims administrator to be able to log in, you simply include login here. So for example, for our claims administrator, claims. All right, so you can do that for claims administrator, for your enrollment officer, and for your medical officer. You will need to create using the user's interface. Do you have any questions about creating users?
I think so far there are no questions yet, Sir Eric.
All right. So we'll proceed now to the tasks of an enrollment officer. Um, I will not log into another account for this demonstration to make it faster. So we'll still use the administrative account that I'm currently using, but the enrollment officer will have access to the claims tab, and under the claims tab, oh wait, I'm sorry. We're going to talk about the enrollment officer. So the enrollment officer will have access to insuries and policies. So in the insuries and policies tab, your insuries are accessible under families and groups and insuries. Insuries will belong to a family or a group. So for example, we have an insury that comes in. The first thing that the enrollment officer is conduct a search for the insury. For example, The insuree tells us that her last name is Makiling and her name is Maria. We can click on the search button to find out if she is enrolled already. Since Maria Makiling is not yet in the database, we can proceed to adding her by adding a family group. So for this demonstration, I'll select region Ulta, district Chambero. I'm just choosing the first item that appears. Then poverty status, yes. Now, the important information that we need to provide is the insurance number, and this insurance number has to be unique to the individual. For this demonstration, I want you to create an insurance number with 6 digits. 6 digits. So, for example, I'll use the insurance number 111111. This is an insurance number that we will assign to Maria Makiling. We provide her birth date. How old will we make her? So let's say Maria Makiling was born in 2002. What I want you to do is create a user, or rather an insuree that is single and female. I'll explain later why. The, oops, this is different. Now, one of the important items in our enrollment of the insuree is what's known as your first service point. Okay, so when we add Maria Makiling, this will create a family or group record. If, for example, Maria has a brother who is part of the same household, we can add him by clicking on the plus sign. Let's go back to the previous screen. So under insurees, we want to add a new insuree to this family or group. We simply add plus. To create a new insuree, And then we'll include a new insurance number. To Mario McKillin. Mario is the brother of Maria McKilling, and he was born probably. And we'll use the same information as Maria. District. All right. So we now see that we have two injuries in the same family. They belong to the McKilling family, Mario and Maria McKilling. Or they're both born. Ah, okay, I'll change this. So this is not a possible. We'll change his birth date. This will be maybe the next year. Yes, this will work. See, oh, it's not updated. All right. Notice that Mario and Maria Makiling have different insurance numbers. What will happen if we try to enter a record with an existing insurance number? For example, we add a new household member and we click 111111. Let's say this is Makiling. openIMIS will tell us that injury number 111111 already exists. So the system will help us ensure that we have unique injury numbers. Okay, so we'll add Pedro. We'll make him injury number 111113. So now we have a family of three. Baliktad. My last name is wrong. So this should be the other way around. We'll edit it. Pedro. Okay, so once we're done with the family, let's create another family. And the purpose of this is to show what will happen if we want to transfer one family member to another family. So For example, we want to see all the families, we can actually click on search without any search criteria here. This will show us all the families that are in the database. Let's say a member of our family Maria Makiling, gets married. So let's say Maria Makiling gets married and she gets married to someone in the Garcia family. Here I have some other families existing already. We'll just use the other families to demonstrate how you can transfer one family from one injury from one family to another. For example, what we want to do is transfer Maria Makiling to the Garcia family. Now we have to do several things first. The first step is we need to change Maria Makiling because she is currently the head of the family. We will change who the head of the household is. And to do that, we go to the family screen. So let's go back there. So we go to injuries, families and groups. It's not updating. Let's, okay, there. So we click on families and groups. And we'll notice that the families are listed with whoever is currently listed as the head of the family. It will be difficult to transfer Maria from the Makiling family because she's currently the head. So what we're going to do is we click on the record of the Makiling family, and then we can click on the pencil icon which stands for edit. This will bring up the family edit screen. Under the family edit screen, we can change the new head of the family by going to the change head of family group section and typing in the insurance number of the person who will become the new head of this family. So for example, it is going to be Mario. I'm going to change the head to 111112. Now the system has a check button here so that you're sure that this is the correct insurance number. So this is Mario Makiling. If we put 11113 and click on check, this will be Pedro Makiling. Okay, we'll make Mario Makiling the new head of the family. So what will happen is we click on the change button and notice that in our family group card at the top, Mario is now the head of the family. We needed to do this so that we can remove Maria Makiling from this family and transfer her to another family. The scenario is she's getting married, so we need to transfer her record to another family. Okay? So how do we transfer Maria's record to another family? Uh, do you have any questions about what we just did? We changed the head of the family. Any questions? Okay, if there are no questions, we'll proceed. No. Um, so the next step, we want to transfer Maria Makiling from the Makiling family to another family. So we go back to the injuries, families, groups tab. Then we look for the family that we want to transfer Maria Makiling to. For example, we're going to transfer her to the Ulpiano Garcia family. So what we do is we click on the insurance number of Ulpiano Garcia, and what we will do is under family group again, we click on the pencil icon to edit. And in the lowest section of the screen, you see that we have a move injuries card here. We're going to transfer Maria Makiling, and we know her insurance number is 111111. Let's check that this is Maria Makiling. Okay. So we found out that Maria Makiling is indeed the holder of insurance number 111111. Since we confirmed that, we can click on the move button, and this will transfer Maria Makiling to the Garcia family. Any questions?
I think so far there are no questions, Sir Eric.
All right. So far what we've done is create families, added insuries or individuals to families, and we learned how to transfer a member from one family to another. So those are some of the functions of the enrollment officer. And the enrollment officer includes enrolling our families into insurance policies. Now, let's go back to the Makiling family, or the family that we added first. Okay. Sometimes the interface requires us to go back to the previous level. So I'm going to go to the Makiling family again. You'll notice that the McKilling family currently has no policies and no contributions. So what we're going to do is enroll this family into one of the available policies. We do that by clicking on the plus button. Let me repeat that. By clicking on the plus button next to the policies card. So this is the McKilling family, and we want to add them or add a policy to this family. We click on the plus button. We'll select the enrollment date of today. We'll select one product. Now, in selecting a policy, it's important that we select an enrollment officer. Let's also add, so let's see. So once we've selected the product, we can save the policy. And you'll notice now that the McKilling family now has a new policy, product BCUL0001. The R button stands for renew. If the policy is about to expire, we can just click that to renew the policy. If, for example, we want to remove the policy from the family, we can also use the X button. This will delete the policy from the family. I'm going to click on no. I want them to keep the policy. Now, what we want to do is add a contribution for the policy, and we click on the plus button beside the contribution card. We'll use a random receipt number here. The system will check if the receipt number has any conflicting values. We'll pay it today. We use cash. Now let's add another contribution because our policy status is still idle. What we'll do is add a contribution. So add 5,000. Now, normally this would warn us that the payment falls outside the policy wait period. But what we'll do is we'll enforce this policy so that we can make a claim later. So we'll save this. And notice that After we have made a contribution or payment to the policy status now becomes active. This is important so that when we file a claim later on, the system will not reject the claim. Otherwise, the system will automatically reject the claim if the policy is idle. We're just demonstrating that the system has internal checks to determine whether or not a policy will or a claim will be accepted or rejected. So we've added policies and contributions. The next step is we're going to try to file a claim on behalf of Mario Makiling. And what we'll do is create a claim by going to the health facility claims. We go to claims here in the upper middle of your screen. Click on claims and we click on health facility claims. Now, each claims officer is assigned to a specific health facility. So, as a claims administrator, I'll see how many claims are in the system that are within my jurisdiction. Now, let's say that we want to create a new claim in R1 in the Jambero district. That's the district of the Makiling family. We're going to go to the Huda dispensary. The claim administrator in the Huda dispensary is um, Rushila Dani. So we can file the claim on her behalf, or if the claim administrator has an account in the system, the claim administrator will file this claim. Notice that there are currently zero claims in the system coming from Region 1, District 2 Health Facility, JMDP001. Now, when filing a claim, the important field is the health facility as well as the claim administrator. Once we have identified the health facility as well as the claim administrator, we can add a claim by clicking on the plus sign at the lower right corner of the screen. Let me repeat. Once we have identified the health facility as well as the claim administrator, we can click on the plus button at the lower right corner of the screen. This will open a claim form and it will immediately go to the CHFID. And this CHFID is the insurance number of the claimant. So, for example, Mario Makiling has CHFID 111112. The system will update and show you that, okay, claimant is Mario Makiling. So this is the correct injury that we're filing a claim for. Let's click on visit type. It can be emergency, other, or referral. Let's put other. And our main diagnosis will be influenza. Now, the claim number has to be unique to the system. So I'll use claim number 0001. Now, we need to put in an explanation of why we're filing this claim. Then we can click on service that is rendered. For example, general consultation. And let's say we dispensed something, amoxicillin. To, to save this, we click on the icon at the lower right corner again to save this record. And this claim is currently in our database now. Let's check. Click on claims, health facility claims. We'll see that this claim has been entered. You can see here status entered. Let's say we want to revise the claim that we just created. We can click on this icon on the right. This will open up a new window to allow us to edit the claim, to adjust it. For example, we want to delete or add items or services from our claim. What we'll do is we can simply X the item, or we can use the trash icon to delete it. And then once we're sure about our update, we can click on the save button again. This will update the claim. So let's reload this screen to see the updated information. So we see that claim number CN01 has been changed. So the claims officer at the facility can now, for example, select the item. Let's enter the claims administrator for this facility. Volta, Chandero. Okay. So we can select a claim, and we can click on the, what do you call this icon? So this icon, the three dots, we can click on that, and then we can submit the selected claim. So once we've submitted the selected claim, that is the last task of the claims administrator. This then gets passed on to a medical officer who will review the claim. Any questions about the claims?
No questions in the chat box yet, Sir Eric.
Okay. Please feel free to ask any questions if anything is unclear. The next step is, let's say that the claim has been submitted. The next step in the claims management is to review the claim. And this is performed by the medical officer at the um, health insurance institution. So the claims will be reviewed by the medical officer by clicking on the claims reviews pull down. So the first task that we're going to do is review the claims. This task is an additional check for inconsistency in the claims. And this is necessary because it's a responsibility of the reviewer from the payers. And normally the system will automatically check some other things like is the is the claimant does the claimant have an active policy? If the claimant has an idle policy, it will automatically be rejected by the system. However, since in a previous step, what we did was we made a payment or contribution um, for the policy, Mario Makiling was able to file a claim. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll check Mario Makiling's claim here in the claims administrator screen, or rather the medical officer's screen under claims reviews. So we see that claim number CN01 has review status of idle, feedback status of idle. The medical officer will first check um, the criteria for the claim, whatever the criteria in the health health insurance institution is, and then conduct his review. For example, we want to do the review on this claim, we select it, and then we click on the icon on the right. This will bring up the claims review screen, and we can review what was claimed here. Apparently, hindi na-update the claim for um, item amoxil was passed on to us. What we'll do is we'll disapprove this. Now we'll reject this, but we will pass this one. So we'll save the updated review, and upon checking again, we can now click on the check to deliver the review. Let me repeat. Once we've updated for passing and rejection of claim items, once we're sure of this rejection and passing, we can deliver the review. We do this by clicking on the check icon at the lower right corner of the claims review screen. So notice that in CN01, claim number CN01, the review status has been changed to delivered, meaning it has passed review at the health insurance level. Now, there is a second task that must be performed, and this is your feedback status. This process that claims have to go through is called feedback, and this is the function of the individual whose claim is under review. The feedback process allows the reviewer to counter check if the health service was or the health service utilization processes for the claim have been undertaken. So, for example, we got to interview Mario Makiling, and he tells us that yes, they were able to give me the correct service, and we can now click on deliver feedback. Then the enrollment officer will be who's our enrollment officer? Let's say we answer the questions. Yes. Drugs prescribed. Yes. Drugs received. No. Payment asked. No. So once we've gotten the feedback into the system, we can submit the feedback, and it is marked as delivered. Now, the last task that the medical officer will perform is batch processing. And this is performed by clicking on the claims tab and clicking on batch runs. Now, this will take some time. So, what I'll do is I'll leave this batch runs as an exercise for you to do on your own time. Do you have any questions about any of the tasks that we've covered in this demonstration workshop? Are there any questions?
I think none yet, sir.
None? Okay, so this is the this batch processing was the last task that we are supposed to perform. And this will allow us to, for example, we'll do it for Ulta District 2. Any? So we'll launch this. So those are the tasks that we're supposed to learn for this workshop, covering the three different roles in the system. So we saw the role of the enrollment officer, which includes adding families and groups, adding insuries, adding policies, and adding contributions to the system. The second role is the role of the claims administrator, and the claims administrator enters health facility claims using the claims health facility claims screen. We also learned about the role of the medical officer in claims reviews, where the medical officer checks the filed claims and changes the review status, as well as enters the feedback status for each of the claims filed. The medical officer also has the responsibility of running batch runs, which will process all of the claims and generate reports for the different facilities. Now, those roles and tasks are just the tip of the iceberg. It's just a fraction of the different capabilities that openIMIS has. If you would like to learn more about the different aspects of openIMIS, in the demo site, you can see that there is a question mark icon on the upper right corner of the browser. If you click that, this will download or open the openIMIS manual in PDF. This is the most current manual that will document the current functionality of openIMIS. openIMIS is still being developed continuously. So the demo.openimis.org website reflects the latest version of development. So here's an example of the manual. Um, nakikita ba ninyo? Or this is, wait, let me share that manual. This is the openIMIS installation and user manual. This is the PDF. So I return the floor to Christine and Cha.
Yes, thank you, Sir Eric, and to our participants for staying on the call. Before we wrap up the whole workshop, may we call on Miss Christine Pascual for the final words?
Hi everyone. So thank you again for attending this session. So this session is actually the last module of our um, online open English training for medical students here in the Philippines. So last month we were able to learn about the healthcare system and its components, the role of digital health in ensuring an efficient and sustainable healthcare delivery and financing systems. And we also learned how to observe data privacy in using health information systems like openIMIS. So in this session, Sir Eric was able to demonstrate with us how health information systems like openIMIS can be used to support a universal health coverage by um, by virtue of a um, proper management of the health insurance process. So this system is actually suitable for low and middle income countries, since it's really designed for low resource settings. So I guess that would be all tonight. Thank you again for attending. This event is in partnership with um, IMBA and Access AMSA. I think one of their representatives is here today. Celine, no? So thank you again for being part of this program, and have a good night, everyone. If you have questions, feel free to email us, and later on we will send with you the final manual for the training.